we'll start by asking the question, how do we define foreign assets? Now, when we say how we define foreign assets, we depend on, or we basically use a standard definition given by the International Monetary Fund. But one thing that has to be said is the IMF, or the International Monetary Fund, has provided this definition specifically looking at the foreign assets maintained by or foreign assets owned by a country's central bank. So IMF has given a proper universally accepted definition for foreign assets, but that definition is specifically keep in mind for official foreign assets. When we use the word official, we will learn that today we refer to the central bank and the central government. While we need to be very familiar with this definition, we need to keep in mind it does not define foreign assets or foreign resources or foreign reserves foreign reserves of reserve assets in a general way. It defines it in a very specific way in terms of the foreign assets owned by a central bank, right? So according to the International Monetary Fund, reserve assets are those external assets, external i.e. foreign assets, that are readily available and controlled by the monetary authority for. Now, why does the monetary authority need to have these foreign assets or reserve assets? For meeting balance of payment financing needs. When there is a deficit in the balance of payment, to meet that requirement to finance the deficit. For intervention in exchange rate markets to affect the currency exchange rate. What that simply means is, if there is a very sharp and a sudden we'll say a depreciation in the exchange rate, then it is the responsibility of the central bank of the country to bring some stability into the exchange rate or stop the exchange rate from its free fall into a very low rate. Then it says, and for other related purposes, international finance related purposes. So according to the balance of payment manual 6th edition of the IMF, this is how they officially define reserve assets. Now, another thing that I would like to mention here is, while foreign assets are also known as foreign reserves and reserve assets, when we use the term reserve assets, it's mainly referred to, or we mainly give the meaning. When we say reserve assets, we mainly give the meaning of official foreign assets or official foreign reserves. That is, the foreign reserves, as I said before, maintained by the central bank of a country and the central government. So the word reserve assets makes it more official, and reserve assets are used to give the meaning foreign resources, foreign assets maintained by the central bank and the central government, right? When it comes to even a very brief discussion on foreign assets or reserve assets, we should understand there are different concepts related to foreign assets. So we have a concept known as total gross foreign assets, then gross official foreign assets, and gross private foreign assets. Also, something that we might need to understand, now that we are using the word gross, and then within brackets have also used the term net, isn't it? So the principal difference then between gross and net foreign assets is, foreign assets minus foreign liabilities will give us net foreign assets. How do we calculate net foreign assets then? Foreign assets minus foreign liabilities.